Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the next portion of how do organisms reproduce. In previous session we have studied about the different types of the reproduction by the two ways, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Along with that we have studied why do reproduction is necessary and what is the definition of reproduction. So these things we have learned. So today we are going to see the gametes, what is actually mean by the gametes, where from they come out, and later how it will be responsible for production of a new young one or individual. So we will move towards our topic, that is gametes. So gametes are actually the cells. These are actually the cells, but these cells normally also known as reproductive cells because these are going to be released through the reproductive systems, respectively male or female. So these gametes are also known as egg cells, ovum in case of female. In case of male gametes, they also known as sperm cells or spermatozoa. So before knowing the gamete, you must know about the gonads. So gonads is nothing but a reproductive system of human beings or any other animals which are involved in the reproduction processes. But gonads means a reproductive system of male and female which used to release the or which used to reproduce or the produce gametes. Okay, those system known as a gonads. So gonads helps in the production of the gametes. So the gametes are, as I was shown you in the below image, you can see the human egg ovum and human sperm or the spermatozoa. So in normal words we call as the egg cells or the sperm cells. The fusion of male and female gamete give rise to a new organism. The fusion of male and female gamete come together to produce a new young one or a new offspring. Okay, this is actually the process happen. Okay, and this process is known as fertilization process. So these terms we are going to see after the knowing about male and female reproductive system. So we will see these points also, but till that you must know what is gonad, what is mean by the gametes, and the fusion of male and female gametes come together to form a structure. Okay, to form a structure known as zygote. So these terms you have heard in the your lower classes, that is zygote, fertilization and all these things in regarding the plants also and the human beings. So here the fusion of male and female gamete form a structure that is known as a zygote, and this whole process of fusion is known as a fertilization process. So the female gamete, egg cells or the ovum, male gamete, sperm cells or the spermatozoa. So in details we are going to see their particular structures according to the our session goes on. Next, sexual reproduction in humans. So now commonly we are going to see in both female and male how actually before reproductive system happens, what are the changes happens. Okay, that which are the changes that shows or indicates that person is going in a teenager or becoming a mature. So some changes will happen as the time goes. That changes is known as a puberty, or you also call as a adolescence. So this word also you have learned, or these terms also you have learned in the year 9th standard, 8th standard also. So, the period during which the rate of a general body growth slows down and reproductive tissue start maturing. So, in this situation, whenever the puberty occurs, so at that time the growth of your cell bodies, there are the two types of the cells in our body majorly. First, that is a called as a reproductive cells, another one known as a body cells. So body cells involved in the development and the growth of the body, okay, and the germ cells or the reproductive cells only involved in the reproductive system and the processes. So don't be get confused in the meiosis and mitosis. This is regarding the cell division. You have learned in the 9th standard what is mean by the cell division, is it? So in that cell division processes, during that process only mitosis and meiosis processes done. In the mitosis, actually the division of a cell body, that is known as growth of the body, takes place through the cell division happens. Next, in the reproductive system, the reproductive cells which involve to divide in the cell cycle, that process is known as a meiosis. So these both come together to show the puberty. But in the puberty, actually the growth of the body slows down, means the cell division which are responsible for the growth of the body, that slows down as compared to the reproductive cells, okay, or the reproductive system becoming, or its process will be more, is it, as compared to the growth of the body. So it starts maturing. Next, adolescence. So adolescence is actually the period following the onset of or one set of puberty, during which a young person develops from a child into adult. Means from the child, slowly as the time goes, period goes, the girl or boy come into its teenager. So that period is known as a adolescence. So in this adolescence or the puberty, some changes occurs. So at that time we can say that that boy or girl has become matured. Next, so what is the age? In which age actually the puberty or the adolescence done, or we known or we called as that person has become adult. So in the case of a male, it reaches puberty at the age of 13 to 14 years, or in case of a female, they reaches around 11 to 13 years. So these are actually the maturing period. Now, how can you identify the maturation takes place or maturation has taking place in a particular human body? That may be a girl, that may be a boy. So in case of the male, the changes which occurs during puberty are like the thick hair growth under the armpits and genital area, and the facial hair changes in voice, okay, and occasional penis enlargement. So what these are part we are going to see. So in case of a female, what the changes happen, starts of maturation, menstrual cycle, means menstrual cycle, what they are we are going to see after the seeing the female reproductive part. Next, the breast enlargement, hair growth under the armpits and the genital area. Next, these are some changes which occurs during the puberty or the adolescence period. Next, so we are moving towards our main portion, that is the human male reproductive system, or you can say any body parts. Next, so the human reproductive part consisting of different portions, that is a testis, vasa deferens, scrotum, urethra, epididymis, penis, and the different glands which are known as reproductive glands. They are like prostate gland, seminal vesicles, Copper's gland. So these are actually the glands which helps to produce and in the locomotion, or you can say in the movement of the sperm. So what is the sperm also we are going to see after the reproductive system, but not now. First of all, you have to understand the actual parts of the male reproductive system. So in the image you can see this is actually the cross sectional area or the half part of the body. Just for your understanding, I have shown here. So we will see the different parts. The testes, which occurs in the pairs and produces sperms, is also known as male gamete or germ cells, is it, or spermatozoa. It produces male hormone, that is a testosterone. In previous chapter we have studied about the reproductive glands, which releases some hormones responsible for the showing the reproductive systems is going or the working on. Next, so I can show you in the image. So what are the testes? The pinkish, baby pinkish colored this thing is here, is it? The portion that is a testes. Next, those are actually in the pairs from the both sides. Next, the scrotum. The scrotum is the extension of abdominal cavity containing testes and maintains temperature lower than the body temperature. So the scrotum, you can see the scrotum is this portion which is going to be hold the testes and the epididymis. We will see what is mean by the epididymis. So you have to just see that this is a yellowish portion, is it? This is going to be held by a one structure. So that is known as a scrotum. So what is its function? It maintains the temperature lower than the body temperature. So the our body temperature is 35, okay, so lower than it used to be maintained by the scrotum. Next, epididymis. What is the role of epididymis and what is its actual structure? It is a complex tube-like structure which is present in the scrotum. What is its function? It stores sperms, helps in the passage of the sperm also. So I will show here. Where is the epididymis? The another one pinkish complex structure. Why it is called as a complex? Because it's looking like a complex one, is it? So it is going to be arise or going to be connect with the another portion. So that's why this is known as a complex tube-like structure which is present in the scrotum. This one. Next, and what is its role? It stores the sperms. It helps in the passage of the sperm. So how it helps in the passage of the sperm? Whenever the sperms will be produced in its a portion, then it will be released through the next part that we are going to see. Next, that is a vas deferens. So vas deferens is a tube-like structure emerging from the lower part of the epididymis. So where from it is arising? Where is the epididymis? Vas deferens? Let me show. So that is the next connection to the epididymis, that is a vas deferens, this one. Okay, so what is its role? It opens to the ejaculatory duct. So it's again going to be released or the open into the ejaculatory duct. Next is the penis. It's a muscular, it's a copulatory organ, or it discharges the sperms whenever stimulated. So the penis, okay, it's a muscular and a copulatory. Why it is known as a copulatory? Let me show here. So this portion is known as a penis and it is a muscular. Why it is a muscular? It is made up of muscles, okay. It has ability to relax and contract whenever it's necessary. And another word has came here, that is a copulatory. Why it is known as like that? Because it has ability to release both things, that is first one urine and second one sperms. That's why it's known as a copulatory, means it's doing two works together, that is why couple. Next, it discharges the sperm whenever it's stimulated. So we will see that in next case. That is a The remaining part, urethra. It's a tube-like structure. Okay, it is a tube-like structure, common passage for sperm and the urine. So as I told you, penis usually do this work, but the inside the penis a tube-like structure is present, okay, which is going to be arising from the bladder. Okay, you know that what is the bladder. So this is going to be connected or present inside the penis and tube-like structure, which is a common passage of the urine and the sperm, because it is again connected here in urinary bladder. Again it is connected to the vas deferens, then again towards the epididymis, then next to the testes. So that's why it is common passage for the both sperm and the urine. Next we are going to see the reproductive glands. So the reproductive glands or the organs are like a protist gland, seminal vesicles and Cooper's gland. So what is their role? The role of protist gland is to secrete a milky fluid that helps in the sperm mobility. So whenever the sperm release out, along with that some fluid liquids released with along with it, so which helps in the mobility. Next, seminal vesicles. So seminal vesicle produces viscous fluid which help in a sperm mobility in a female. So what it actually do? The protist gland helps mobility of the sperm inside them only, okay, while passing outside. But the seminal vesicles helps in the mobility in case of a whenever it released inside the female at that time. Next, the corpus gland, it secretes mucus to lubricate female passage. So corpus gland's role is that it releases some mucus like a solution or the liquid which is very easy to pass inside the female vagina. So these are actually the functions of the respective reproductive glands or the organs. Now the overview of the our this portion of the human male reproductive system, we will see which are the different parts of the first one, that is the testis, second one scrotum, third one epididymis, fourth one vas deferens, fifth one penis. So the testis is produces sperm and testosterone. Scrotum is layer of skin protecting the testes, is it? Next, epididymis, sperms are stored here till the maturation. Next, vas deferens. So vas deferens role or what is its activity or characteristics? It connects epididymis and the urethra. So it helps in the connecting the epididymis and the urethra. Next, the penis, it's introduce semen into the vagina of a female. This is just an overview of the human or the male reproductive system. So this much is about the human male reproductive system. For any doubts and difficulties, you can ask any questions or the queries. Still, thank you.